After spending hours trying to figure out how to upload this video, I realized I couldn't upload all of it in its entirety because I talk for too long and I would edit, but I don't want to edit / don't know how to. So you're just going to have to listen to me ramble. If you want to listen to me ramble, no one's watching this. Anyway, I just wanted to say part 2 of the vlog. Okay. In the dressing room, ASMR. I'm the only one in here, and I don't want to be weird. But I found some stuff. Oh god. I found some stuff. Yeah, I'm probably not going to show you guys what I get. I'll probably just film when I leave the store. Okay, bye. I told you I'm stuck in this dress and I can't get out. What would you say? I'm in Marshall's. I'm struggling to get out of this ugly ass dress. Send help. Oh my god. I'm stuck. JK, I think I'm gonna get out of it, but it's very difficult to get on and off. I'm definitely not getting this dress. Anyway. Okay, so a couple bedtime thoughts. I was scrolling on TikTok. First of all, Conor McGregor just blew out his knee like the first 10 seconds of a game. I know nothing about UFC or fighting or anything. I do, anytime I hear of Conor McGregor, I think of the story of his ex-wife. I don't know if they got married or longtime girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call it. It was like this thing where he was homeless. I think it was him. He was like homeless, and she basically saved him, gave him a place to stay, cleaned him up, and then he became this super successful fighter. And I remember at the time, all of the usual common suspects were all like, see, this is what it means to stand by your man, yada yada yada, you can fix him, yada. And then he cheated on her, and they broke up, I think, or maybe there's, I don't know, but he treats her like shit, basically. And I just find that so that's all I have to say on this topic. Actually, you can't save a man, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You can't fix somebody. You can't, even if you do exactly everything right, as they say, and even if the man turns out to be successful, he is clearly going through some shit that he has not addressed. I don't know. He seems like he's not doing well. People are saying he's an alcoholic. I don't know. Don't sue me, Conor McGregor's team, even though I don't know if he has any money, but let me stop. So anyway, moving on. I'm watching Enola Holmes 3. This movie is not good. It's boring. In Trump's America, I feel like the media is getting worse and worse. Things are becoming more and more. The thing I loved about the Enola Holmes movies is that, yes, the romance was there with Tewksbury, the prince or the count or whatever he is. I don't know. It was there, but it wasn't the center of the movie. The center of the movie was always Enola and her case. This time around with this movie, I heard people were saying it wasn't as good as the other two. And I definitely agree. It's just giving rom-com. And I think they took a lot of away a lot of Enola's independence. They made her basically a trad wife with a side gig as a detective. In the first two movies, she was so independent. And, I get this, she's maturing, she's getting older. It's natural for her to want to marry the Tewksbury or whatever. But it just feels like so much of the romance is taking a center stage, whereas before it was the case. And if they now in this movie, it's all them all the time, all their moments, and I'm like, can we focus on the case? I'm more fascinated in the detective side of things. Not that I don't appreciate the romance, but it just, like I said, it feels like a different tone from the previous two movies, and it's giving trad wife light. I don't know, it's just not my vibe. And I feel like so much of the content that we're seeing now, what I loved about Enola is that she was a strong, independent woman. And that's so rare to see on media now. And it's getting worse and worse, as the country is becoming more and more conservative. There just aren't any well-written female characters. And it's just... Anyway, I may be reading too much into it. It is a series that I like. I mean, it's an okay movie, but it's definitely not as good as the first two, and I'm just disappointed. I wish there was more emphasis on like the case rather than the couple getting screen time for this long. Like they never got this much screen time in the other two movies. It was always about her case and like what was going on. I would prefer more screen time from freaking Sherlock than what's going on here. It's just boring AF. Like, how many times can they break up and get back together? I mean, they don't break up, but how many times do they have an argument and they get back together? Like, it just gets repetitive. Anyway, whoa. Oh, this is giving like when you're in middle school and you're like at a sleepover with your friends and you have like a little flashlight and you're like saying spooky stories. Anyway, I'm gonna end the vlog. It is, I would show you my phone. I don't know if you can see my phone. Oh my god, you can. It is 9:30. It is Wednesday, July 15th. This is the end of the vlog. I want to end with some late night thoughts. I'm trying to figure out how to actually put this in a way that it works, because this is like straight up dark, but this is also, I guess, low light. I don't know. Anyway, I have some thoughts that I just thoughts that I thought, and I wanted to share them. They're kind of half baked, but I was just thinking like there is a price to pay, like, to be successful, especially as a Black person. Like, being Black and successful in Hollywood is so difficult, because I do feel like a lot of people criticize like Kevin Hart. I mean, The Rock. I don't know if The Rock counts. He's Black, but he's Black. I'll give him that. You know, like when you think of people who are super successful in this space, Kevin Hart is a good example because he's been criticized a lot for a lot of his choices. And I'm not really the biggest fan of Kevin Hart, but one thing about him that you can't deny is that he is insanely successful. More successful than some of his counterparts. As much as we want to talk about how much we love, oh my god, what's that comedian's name who just did that roast with him? He roasted the hell out of him. I'm blanking. Oh, Cat Williams. As much as we want to talk about how much we love Cat Williams, he is not nearly as successful. We're talking about like money and notoriety and fame as Kevin Hart. Now, he may be successful in terms of morality. He may sleep well at night knowing that he made certain decisions. I mean, he's still rich. You know, don't get it wrong. He still makes some money. But Kevin Hart is out there. And, you know, something that I've been thinking about since watching FT Signifier's video about Tyler Perry is that I realized there really is a price to pay for success. And I really want to watch Bamboozled. I don't know if anyone's seen Bamboozled, but Spike Lee's Bamboozled, but I think it seems like, I mean, I've seen clips and stuff, and it seems like it has, that basically is what it comments on, is like the price of being successful as a Black person is you do have to sell out at a certain point. Like, you do have to do the dance, and you do have to I think it's the same thing with like any job, you know, like you have to schmooze people. You got to be politically correct. You got to play the game, as they say. Even in just corporate America, if you want to get like a management job, or you get management, you want to do senior management, you got to play the game. You got to play ball. Even do things that you don't agree with morally, but that will get you to a certain goal. And that's not putting any like moral standing on it. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin Hart, but I can respect that he makes money and he's working hard. And I respect that he has platform Black. Anyway, let me not get into specifics. I'm just using him as an example. It's really not really about him. It's about the topic at hand, which I find interesting, is that you do have to, you know, people call it selling your soul. I don't know if I go that deep, but you have to make sacrifices. And I think about this a lot when people reach a certain level of success. What do you have to do to be successful and make that money? And you know, I think of Jay-Z, one of the Black billionaires. What has he had to do to get that money? And that's something that they have to think about at the end of the day. They're rich, so, and I'm not. So I mean, they're living life, and I'm right here. I'm happy to. I'm living life too. But you know, I'm not trying to shit on them. I'm just saying, like, what does it take, and what do you have to feel comfortable doing? And like, the more successful you become, the more like of these sacrifices you have to make, and the more you maybe have to compromise your morals. and do things that are fucked up. I mean, the truth is there are no ethical billionaires. You gotta like shit on people basically to get that amount of money. But also like the reality is like that much money, like I think a lot about capitalism. Now I'm getting too existential, but I think about this a lot. Like we are all in this like pressure cooker, especially as we get more and more into late stage capitalism and think that this country become more and more expensive, which is also accelerated by these fucking tariffs. Don't even get me started, but and this price of gas. But as more and more things become more expensive and jobs are offering less and less pay for more and more work, we're all like in this fucking pressure cooker in society, and we're all like miserable and unhappy and broke. And so people will do anything to survive. Genuinely, like, humans will do anything to survive. We will literally like chew off our own arm to survive. And so when you're in this state that our society puts us in, where we're constantly broke and constantly trying to make money, people will do anything to survive. People will do anything to put food on the table, or even more so, people will do anything to have money. And I think a lot of these billionaires have a complex. They all like come from this place of like this scarcity mindset. Like they will never have enough. It will never be enough because it will never satisfy them, because they're all coming from this place of like desperation and like a need to do more and make more, even when they have more than enough. And it's literally like a drug. Like they cannot get enough of it. And I think people, even at our level, you see how people act on the internet for money. Like they will literally, as I say, sell their soul. Why does this look so ominous? They will literally sell their soul for $1. Let me stop. Let me end this vlog. I could talk for hours about this, and honestly, basically the message is I don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, the message is like I also can't like judge these people as well. Like they're all fucked up people. Don't get me wrong, these billionaires, like they're fucked up people. But also like, what would I do if I had $1 billion? I don't know. Maybe I'd be just as evil as them. Maybe I'd be in a chair somewhere stroking a cat, talking about my evil plan to take over the world. I don't know. You know, I don't have $1 billion. So, and that's the thing I'm talking about. It's like, once you have that type of money, I feel like it changes you. It changes your perception about life. It changes everything. You see what people go through when they win the lotto. It fucking ruins their life. They lose all the money because they spend it all because, like, no one, like, people cannot be normal with that amount of money. You can't be normal with that amount of money. Like, it literally messes with your brain. You become messed up as a person, I swear to you. Like, people saying money is the root of all evil, that's for realsies. Like, that's for realsies. Like, it can change your life and it can make your circumstances better up to a certain point. Like, once you reach $1 million, you know, $1 million is good. Once you get beyond that, it's just evil. It's just evil. And people do anything to hoard and keep money. It's like literally like the analogy of like the dragon with the gold. Like literally they will collect all the gold and just keep it in a cave to stop you from having it. Like it's insane. Anyway, it's 9:38. I don't know how long I've talked. It looks like I've talked for 8 minutes, you guys. Let me stop. End this vlog. My first vlog, you guys. Let me know how I did. As if anyone's watching.
I am actually so tickled because tell me why. Oh, did I lose the spotlight? I'm out here trying to figure out how to get my freaking videos that I took onto YouTube. And I randomly was like, it's saying that I have a 93% storage in my Google Drive. So I was like, let me try to figure out what was going on. I lost it. Wait, let me show you guys some of my old video. Okay, I was scrolling and this was it. This isn't even it. This is like a wedding that I went to, my cousin's wedding, whatever, right? And then, wait, let me get to this. This. I don't even know what I'm saying in this. I didn't even hear what I'm saying, but get this. This was 14 years ago. When I tell you I've been on the Aaron Taylor Johnson train, this is what I mean. Because why did I have so many screenshots of Aaron Taylor Johnson? It was 10 p.m. I was fiending. This was 2012, July 10th, 2012. What? I was hungry. But Underworld Evolution, underrated movie. Amazing movie, 10 out of 10. What was I doing at 10:32? Why was I taking these screenshots? I'm dead, Magic Mike. And then, wait. It gets better. Why was this me? Okay, this was 2015. OMG, why do I look someone's auntie? What's with these? Oh, that's actually cute. Me and my friend. I didn't get this far in the video, but okay, then that's my problem. I just found it hysterical that I would do something like that. Like, why was I taking all those screenshots of Aaron Taylor Johnson in 2012? Okay, how old was I? Okay, so that was like 14 years ago. I just turned 29, so I must have been, I was 15 in 2012. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was 15. Wow. I was really on the train. I was on the Aaron Taylor Johnson train. I was into him. I loved him. Like, from Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging, me and him were like this. I just thought that was so funny. And the way I was taking those selfies, it's hysterical. Like, I don't know. I was just so... This is what I mean when people, like, when I say I wasn't cool... Like, I've always been weird. This is what I mean. Anyway, bye.